I saw that he had people really liked your videos with him. I don't know what your bill has been, but he has charged a lot of food to your room, and I guess that's a sign of respect to you because you're the coach.
Yeah, sign of respect. He built so much. My God, oh my God. Hey, he goes, hey, coach, I got your signature. Yes, that's your room number. Okay, this is your new signature, JAV, Hog. So he signs it Hog, and they take it.
Oh yeah, they're like, oh, this is good. We want to be in the video. We'll take the bill. But I think also watching Islam in camp, I gotta say he looked phenomenal. And I saw you pointing out, and you were just sitting there like, hey man, you've got it dialed in. If you get something for me to correct, I'll jump in there. But he was so on point. And watching you with him on the mitts, I was just amazed. Especially you. You've been back in shape like I've never seen you before because you were working out every day. I mean, you weren't doing that much in California. You might have been leaner at one point, but you were more in shape and you were moving with the pads and you were challenging him. And his reaction time, I was just impressed. I love that clip.
Yeah,
You guys
I had to get in shape to give them good work. I wouldn't have been able to keep up with those guys. I was training 5 to 7 guys a day, man. It's not easy, and I had to give them a good workout, and so it was tough. It was tough, but I was able to do it because I was in better cardio shape and I had lost some weight, and now I've actually put on a little bit of that weight back. But I'm still working out every day. I'm walking. I'm lifting weights every day. I'm working out 6 days a week. And a cardio shape, I'm not in bad shape at all anymore. I might have put a little bit of weight though, because I started back on my cardio, carbs, eating a lot of carbs, like pastas and, and the hamburgers and, honey, if you listen to this, just tune out right now. And yesterday they had a hell of a feast, at the Falcon Retreat house there. Ahmed, just, man, that's where I posted on my Instagram. You see what a feast. I had so much food there. It was crazy. I had back then all the desserts and big giant plate of desserts and so good. So good. I mean they had the best chefs and stuff, and it was amazing food. Isn't it
amazing to try a burger halfway across the world? That's on point. I mean, to have an amazing new burger experience. I found this traveling too. It didn't used to exist.
Yeah. And then also you missed the boat ride too because you went home early. You missed the boat ride. We went the next day after you left. We went on the boat again. So you missed another extravagant.
I got the jet ski.
Feast.
I got the jet ski, and I liked it. I liked the jet ski, and I liked the burgers on the beach with Khabib. And I was asking him, and I realized he's a real connoisseur about burgers. So coincidentally, that this video is taken off. So it was over 200,000 views last time I checked. People love watching Khabib enjoy his burgers. He's always been about the burgers. And I guess, is there some great burgers you've tried in Dagestan too?
Shamil, his coach. Mm-hmm. He has Murad, his dietitian. Murad has some restaurants, burger restaurants in Mahakshala, and it's really good, really, 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 really good restaurant. I think he has 2 or 3 of them, and burger and fries, and he's fantastic.
I didn't fly to Uzbekistan with you, but I did get to try. That was Uzbek food over at Osh, the restaurant that Omar took us to.
Yeah, I was just there today. Omar said, "Hey, go to Osh." Okay, I'm waiting there and waiting there, and they're bringing me food, and I'm like, "Okay." I go, "Where's Omar?" I'm talking to my wife, and where's Omar? Where's Omar? And next thing you know, I go, "Omar, are you coming?" "Oh no, coach. I'm sorry. We decided to just go to a hotel." I'm going, "Oh, okay, no problem." I ate my salmon and my chicken they served me, and I just came back. No big deal. And the Osh is a man. It's a really good food. Really, really good food. Really good
I was impressed with it. Tremendous food. Omar is like, he will make it 95% of the time, but he's got so many people pulling at him for needs, and he takes care of so many people. And I saw his workload, man. It's like I just got to know him that time, but I also was like, hey, let this guy handle his business. He's handling a lot. And I picked that up, and I see why you guys are friends. And he facilitated a lot.
I don't.
You know?
No, I love that. I love that guy. He does everything. He's got a pure heart. He's a beautiful person. He'll take care of us. We did none of this hospitality and the treatment and how all the rooms are set up right, the flights are set up. None of this would have happened as smoothly as it would if it wasn't for Omar. None of this. He's the man. You know, he knows how. But you know that he's good at what he does. You know, and that's why I just nicknamed him the Fixer.
I
Because
love
if
that. I
there's an
love the
issue,
nickname. That's him.
well, he fits him. He fits him. He'll do something you and I can't even begin to do.
Right.
You know, he'll get it done. He'll get it done. He's the Fixer. You know, and he got a perfect name. You know, the guy's the Fixer. You know, what do you need? Okay, I need this. Get it done. You know,
Yeah.
me, I'll be like, no, he's right for the juggler. He'll go right for it, but in a very professional way, he'll get the job done. You know, and he's good.
Yeah, it's a different level. I wanted to bring up another thing, which you know, you guys were the horse track run about some of the younger fighters that were there to help, you know, Khabib or Umar and Islam train for their camp. So I guess some people were there more for Khabib, some for Islam, some for, you know, different weight classes, right? Umar, and
Yeah.
and some of them were rookies, so they're getting this first class treatment. And you know, you know, you're already getting to feel like what it's like to be in a champion camp. But some guys were getting a class late. I'm not putting them out there on the bad days, but Habib was going to make them run around the horse track. I was just hoping that was going to happen. That big horse track in the dead
Yeah.
heat.
Habib was very lenient, you know, but who wasn't lenient? Shamil. Coach Shamil. He when they screwed up, you know what he did? He told them they couldn't go jet skiing. He called and they had to stay home. They couldn't go. So he made them stay. And also I think the boat ride. He made them stay home on the boat ride. They didn't do right. Stay home. You know,
So what was it? Just showing up
he
late?
followed.
Just showing up late? That's all it
Yeah.
was, or yeah?
I don't know what they did, but he was upset at them. And he said, and he, you know, on the group text, he put, these people are not allowed to come.
Well, I mean, I made sure I showed up on time because I was not going to run around that horse
Yeah.
track, which would have been quite comical.
Yeah. Well, the thing of it is, I'm the head coach, right? But as a head coach, you have to let your coaches take command too. They appointed me head coach, but Shamil's been with these guys since he was a kid, you know, and then he was a fighter, and he's still a fighter. I'm not going to step on his toes. If he tells them this guy can't go, he ain't going. And Habib wasn't going to step on his toes, no way. And just like if I made a ruling, none of those guys are going to step on my toes because they know it's the right thing to do. You don't respect authority, then who are you? You're not a team. And those guys are a team, and they're a family. And also they're team and family. So you got both combos. These guys don't mess around. You know, if they tell you something, you better do it. And even though some of these kids, we told them, hey, you know, when you ride, because we got to ride bikes and they're not being safe, right? I said, hey, you gotta put on your helmet when you ride the bikes. You know, you can't just go out there and ride the bike. And they weren't listening to me. So we're going out there and I turn around and I see it. I go, hey, I go, what did I tell you? I go, get your butt back there. I go, you get your ass back there. You don't come back till you put on the helmet. If you don't put on the helmet, leave the bike back. Okay, coach. Okay, sorry. I go, no, don't be sorry. Do it. You know, because you have to talk to them like that because that's what they're. If they don't, then all of a sudden they get injured. Then whose fault is it? You know,
Yeah.
it's my fault because I didn't protect them from themselves. And you have to do that. You know, I have to do that at times, and because they're young. You know, they're like Superman.
Well, it's intoxicating.
Superman.
You're from Dagestan. You live a very humble life. All of a sudden, you're at the beautiful hotel being hosted, and you know, food's coming to your room or whatever, and then you're training at the most five-star facility, and getting driven there every day, and you go, yeah, you know, it's like it becomes like I asked you. I was there for only 10 nights, I think, 10 days, but I asked
10 nights.
Yeah, I said, how long does it take this beautiful treatment before it starts feeling normal to you? And you were there for like over a month, and you're like, oh, about 3 weeks or something. You had a number, right? So they probably started feeling normal with it. Like, yeah, this is who I am. I'm like, I was living in the moment. I'm like, no, I'm here. I was focused on what I had to do, and I did not think
I've
about
never
it.
been to
Hmm?
I've never been to a place where you know you go into a hotel and you go, I need a key. Okay, the driver's license. Can I see the identification, the passport? I've never been to a place where I go, I need a key. Yes, sir.
Hi,
Everybody knows
coach.
you. Here you
Hi,
are, coach.
coach.
You know,
Yeah.
my coach. You're going. It's like it's unreal. It's almost like this is your home. You know, that's the way it felt. Like this is your home. You know, everybody knows you. And they all know where you're at. They know where you're staying. Blah blah blah. They know your room number. They know everything. You know,
Yeah.
and it was kind of cool because you know, and I'm used to no matter where I'm at, I go and I line up. I take my license out. I get, you know, but no, not here. It's like they don't need to see that. Just yeah, you need keys. Okay, you know,
I mean,
simple.
you were at a magnificent hotel. I would say by hands down nicer than, let's say, a Ritz-Carlton I've been to, which is nice because it's by the ocean, but this had its own specialty. Let's say a Ritz-Carlton
Well,
in Half Moon Bay, but they would
this is
ask you, huh?
yeah, this is a 5-star hotel.
Oh, it
Yeah,
is. It is.
I
They're
don't,
both the longest hotel in the world too, right? Right? The
I
longest
think
hotel?
so. I believe it's a hotel. And unfortunately for me, when I come back from Abu Dhabi, they put me at the one at the very end. So I'm like, couldn't they put me closer to
Oh, you froze on me. I'll wait. You froze.
I'm all like, we're talking like, man, it's almost like a quarter of a mile down. I'm like, damn, you know, not quite that long, but it's long. I'm
Maybe
walking, you know, and I'm
maybe
like,
Habib and
damn,
Omar
you
were
know, I'm
like,
walking.
more cardio for coach. More cardio.
Yeah, he too much. Yeah.
Well,
So fan questions.
fan questions. Let's see where we're at. I just had that up a second ago. I was trying to save on the internet. Um, okay, from Tridon, who will Islam's next opponent be? Has Chandler? Okay, this was back then. So these questions are from a little while back. But let's just say, who will his opponent be? Because I'll leave it at that.
Nothing's confirmed that I know of, but I know they're working on rematch with him and RDA. I don't know. It's not confirmed yet. So I don't know. I know that he'll eventually get matched. Even Dana said it. Dana said that they're looking to rematch them in Vegas sometime.
Okay, here's one
So
from, yeah, he's going to be probably RDA, but somebody soon in Vegas. We'll get to see him. We want to see him break into the
yeah,
top 10.
I haven't looked at the UFC website. You have to look at the UFC website to get officially, because sometimes you look at news and they'll say, oh, they're fighting this, but it's not official. There's no official. Some people jump the gun, and I did an interview, and then they asked me, they said, oh, they're fighting, and I go, oh, they are, okay. Well, no, they're not. Nothing's signed. They haven't, so I don't know. I don't know what's up. I know they're looking to fight. I don't know when. I don't know. I know it's going to be in Vegas, because look, there's only two spots. It's either Vegas or it's Abu Dhabi. That's it. So I know because of the time frame, it's gonna be in Vegas. You know.
Yeah,
But when
because
I don't.
otherwise he'll have to wait for another 6-month cycle or 3-month cycle, whatever that is. They run
You'll
into
have
the
to wait till
cycle.
next year.
Yeah.
You have to wait till next year. It's not his fault. He was looking for an opponent, but nobody wanted to fight him.
Here's a good one. My question is, Habib said in a video, coach, this is from Hassan Razul Awan. My question is, Habib said in a video, coach doesn't let me kick. Why don't you let him kick? Yeah, this
He
is
said
past
that?
tense. This is past tense questions because the fight's already happened. But I'm like,
Oh no, I always wanted to kick. I was always trying to get him to kick. And if you watch this one, it's the front kicks that did some damage to the solar plex of him. So no, it's just Habib trying to be funny. It's just like Habib said, Coach, why you tell him kick my leg? Why you tell those guys that? Why you do that? He hurt my leg. Yeah, okay. So it was like, it's just him being funny.
this is kind of fun to answer some of these after the fact, right? But my favorite, Ronti J. Nair, everyone seems to be worried about Justin's leg kicks. All the commentators say this. Last night, Khabib's teammate, Tahir, also dealt with a lot of leg kicks. Is the team worried about leg kicks? Good luck. Well, you have your answer, but what were you thinking during that time, right after Tahir's fight, about leg kicks? Was that still in your mind?
100%. Number one, 100%. The first day I met Habib, I said, hey, he's coming after your legs. That's the number one thing. Number one thing, coming after your legs. I actually, Tahir in his fight, he used some of the things I showed him. So if you watched it here, when they kicked his leg, he moved his leg and he swiveled his leg out 2 times. Another time he made him completely miss. And it just so happened Tahir did those 2 things. There was 4 moves I showed him how to do it, and he used 2 of the moves that I showed him. And actually, who knows what would have happened had he not swiveled his legs out like that and kept his, stare strong. Could have got solid kicks, So yeah, the calf kick is a dangerous tool. But if you understand it and you move it, guess what? It's going to be something that a lot of people can't be going to the well all the time thinking that's going to be the home run shot, because at some point everybody's going to be onto the calf kick, and the calf kick is going to be not as important because everybody's onto it. It
Pressure,
is extreme
pressure. Right.
Well, not anybody knows how to do that kind of pressure. It's easy to say pressure, but
Right,
there's a unique style and how Khabib puts pressure, how he's been taught. It's not just, okay, I know how to do that. Just pressure. Okay, you go and you fight and you get knocked out. Okay, well, what do you mean? I did what they said. Pressure. No. You have to plan it. You have to understand it. You have to practice it. You can't just, okay, the coach wants me to put pressure, I'm coming in. Oh, man, you just got jacked up. You ran into a train and you were going, and the train hit you. Because why? Because you weren't paying attention. No, you just can't. Pressure is not just pressure. There's a lot involved in. The best way to explain it for anyone that's listening is, I call it Cain Velasquez style. Cain doesn't just come in recklessly. He comes in, puts pressure on you, takes you down, but he'll kick you, he'll punch you. He does it correctly. And on the video, I say Cain, I mean, not the video, but the fight, you can hear me say Cain,
Yeah.
for Khabib. I say Cain, because that's what that means. But it's not close the distance. It's anybody can just say close the distance, okay, but you got to train it. You got to train it properly. Otherwise, not going to work.
So here's a good question from the meme. Question: differences you feel compared training in Dubai to AKA? What's the difference? How did it feel different?
This was more like a family. The hospitality that Ahmed Jabbar and Prince Hamdan extended to us was unbelievable. I mean, we came as a team, we left as a team. We ate as a team. We go to Khabib's room. Everybody's playing cards. I don't know what they're doing, but they're playing cards. I'm just watching. I'm going, it's like that's their favorite thing to do. They all play cards. They all hang. They're like this, man. They're like this. So it wasn't one of those. At AKA, we're like this with the team. But once we're finished, everybody goes this way, that way, this way, this way. Here, we're all in the same hotel. We all eat together. We're all right within each other. This was more family. If you could afford this type of training, 100%, this is the style. This is the way to go, because you have so much to do, so many amenities, so many things to do. Riding the bikes, going to the back of the prince's backyard, as you went, you saw it.
Yeah.
There's so many things you could do. So the comparison is poverty to very high level, but training facilities, best in the world. You saw it.
Yeah, it's a whole different thing. There's some things that you have back home that are more tailored to what you do because they've been there forever and you've used it on so many champions, but there's nothing that you didn't have at this camp. And if you had anything, it was newer and better in many cases. And that's what it was. You had a beautiful octagon. You had big wide mats. You had a huge gymnasium, little wider than the training floor than you have at AKA. So that was great. It's just that I know that when you're training at AKA, it's like training floor, warm-ups, then there's another light sparring room, and then there's a hardcore room. And it's just, I think the psyche to anybody that's trained there, and Khabib becoming a champion, starting with you 2011 or 12 and growing till 2020, he spent a good 8 years there over the times. And,
but you can afford it. If you can afford it, you can afford it. To live the lifestyle that we had over here, this is the way to go.
If you're given a choice, you're going to go Dubai, right?
No question. No question. But unfortunately, not everybody gets that privilege of having a beautiful private gym. Not everybody gets the luxury of having drivers for you outside waiting to take you to and from the gym or take you to the store, or not. Nobody has that, okay? Because nobody can afford that, you know. So no, nobody. I don't know of anybody in the world, any camp. I don't care, championship, this championship. I don't know of any camp in the world that would have that. I don't know of anybody that would spend that kind of money to host you. No one. No one. You know, so obviously, you ask me, anybody ask that question, like, you know, if I can live here, I'd live here. You know,
right? You'd be done.
You get to train in the most beautiful gym. You get all these things. Like I said, look what I did today. I went in that floating tank, and that was incredible. And how many other things? Cold plunges, this plunge. I mean, the gym has got so much of everything. They got the tracks there. I mean, everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I know. Actually, I don't even know half the things they have because I haven't been around looking around. But I know they have endless. A lot. It's endless. Yeah.
Here's a question. We can answer this. How many times does Khabib train a day for how long? Well, now you can know. How long did he train?
Yeah, Khabib basically trains in the morning about 2 hours, and in the evening about an hour, 2 hours. So basically about 4 hours a day.
Yeah. So 4 hours a day, and he does that, what, 5 days a week? Weekends off usually?
No. So, no, he does that 6 days a week, sometimes
6
7.
days a week, sometimes 7. Ooh, so there was the answer to that. Okay, Coach from Raymond, Venice. What is your reaction to Zuber? Well, we already did this one. That was Tahir and Zuba's thing. I think that's pretty much it for the questions because a lot of these things are ones we already asked last time. That was a pretty good session. People like that. But it was a great podcast with you, Hav. And I know you're going to do some traveling. You'll be back in the States in another week or two or whatever. You're
yeah, going to Uzbekistan on Thursday, so I'm probably looking to you know, get Atabek, you know, who's the president of Uzbekistan's son-in-law. He's invited me and Omar to come down, and we're gonna go talk to him. I'm thinking about maybe doing a master class for him over there. I'm not sure, but we're definitely going down there to talk to him on Thursday. I love Uzbekistan. They're great people, and they're fierce fighters, and they got some of the best up and coming boxers in the world. I mean, that's a fantastic you know, place, and the hospitality over there is like, man. The only problem with that Uzbekistan is they're so great on the hospitality and food. Man, I gotta really watch myself because I'll come back like 10 kilos heavier, even if it'll give me days. They feast and feast and feast and feast, and nothing but happy, joy, eat, happy, joy, eat. You know, just there's great people, and I've gotten to know them like brothers. You know, it's unbelievable, the hospitality and what these guys do in Uzbekistan. Here in Uzbekistan is my favorite places, and of course, if I was in Dagestan, that's even that. But the problem with Uzbekistan, with Dagestan, I'm sorry, with me is that I kind of have to be like Khabib is in Dagestan. Can't go anywhere. Well, for me in Dagestan, I'm recognized so much too because of Khabib. You know, so there I'm not. I just can't be sitting down anywhere without no.
You're gonna be aware, or you're gonna become a selfie statue. Let's take a picture in front of the Javier.
Yeah. There, nowhere else in the world, but there in Dagestan, Khabib's town. Yes,
that's. 100%. I gotta say, when you're immersed in a beautiful culture that's loving, traditional, consistent, you relax because you know this is it. Just
they
flows.
Love you.
They just love you.
It's right? Real. It's not phony. They're not phony. They respect their elders. Like, you know, you got the respect. You see what they was. They let you go before them. They're because they know you're the elder. That's the way it is. You respect their elders. It's not like, oh, you know, I'm tougher than you. They don't give a F about tough this and that. You're an elder. So therefore, like if we're in the car and you had like Habib's in the car, you're in the car. Habib is letting you take the front seat. He's going to the back seat, even though he's the mega star. He's still going to do that because you're elder. That's the way it is. And there's no they respect that, and you know, and especially if you're the elder and you're the coach. That's it. Like when the father was here, like it was automatic. Everybody already knew automatic who father's car was. That was it.
Yeah.
Nobody touched that seat. That's he's the head guy. That's his spot right there. And like with me on this one, everybody knew I was with Omar. That was it. I was in the range, and he was my driver. He was my guy. He was taking care of me at all times, and it was kind of expected, you know, unless I was in another car that the fixer put me in or something. But I had my guy that was assigned to me, and yeah, it was really cool.
It's nice. You get used to the routine. I mean, everybody had to work on a schedule. You know, when you look at Omar coordinating, like, don't be late. We're leaving at this time, because everything was coordinated on a schedule. You get used to living on the schedule. Kind of reminded me of the military. You know, everything, like, you wake up, you have the plan of the day, and you execute. You know,
he kind of is that way if you think about it. He's very punctual.
Yeah. Well, how do you move? I mean, there's 25, 30 people. I don't know how many people there were. It seemed like there were 20, 25. There's quite a few guys there, right?
I don't know how he does it. I don't know. He's just incredible. I don't know how he does it. And just the love that Ahmed has for him, you know, the one that helps to help facilitate this from the Prince, you know, he loves the Fixer. He loves Omar. Omar is like his family to these guys, and Omar treats us all like, you know, look how much respect did he give you? I mean,
a ton.
I mean, it's like kind of like you and I are talking. It's almost like we're not doing the podcast. We're just talking real, you know. And,
no, that's really what we're doing today.
Hey, man, we don't want to hear that shit. Let's talk about the podcast.
Well, the fight explained itself to me. We're just given the nitty gritty of like what it was like to hang out over there. You know, you got me over there through Omar, and I was like sitting there going, okay, I'm here. And I'm going to play part of this. I'm not smothering anybody. I'm not trying to be an energy suck on anybody. You can feel everybody's mission, and you go around it. You don't come in there with, hey, man, you know, with some crazy sideshow. You just go the line. And that wasn't hard to do because I've been around you a long time. But, you know, just like the picture behind me where there you were focused, I got to say one other thing is that some of his sparring partners were amazing. I'd never seen him give him that much of a struggle before, and he was winning, but I'd never seen anybody give him that much of a struggle in sparring before.
No, because these guys, you got to understand, his sparring partners either undefeated, you know, with 12, 13 fights, or they had one loss, you know. They had one loss, you know, like Moblid right there, who you see is back. Moblid's record, I believe, is 14-1.
Yeah.
You know, no joke.
No.
No joke. And he's good. He's wrestled his whole life. You know, and you talk about Division I wrestling and this and that, you know. Well, Moblid is right up there, but he's an MMA fighter to boot. And that's why, you know, the comparison was made about the wrestling and the D1 wrestling. And I'm like, well, it's not wrestling, you know, like Justin, he had the Burroughs. He had Burroughs as a training partner for helping him in wrestling, and how they said Burroughs couldn't take him down. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool, but that's wrestling. You know, I'm sure if Burroughs went with Khabib, he'd probably smash Khabib on wrestling. Khabib's not a wrestler. Now try MMA wrestling.
It's a different thing. You're trying to box, you're trying to kick.
Different entries, different everything. So Khabib's a master. I call him a master's master in MMA takedowns and grappling control. He's a master's master. 100%.
His own specialized martial art.
And I am 100% qualified to say that because I've been watching him do this for freaking 8 years, and I've seen nobody dominate him ever. You know, not within his weight. Never. No one's ever dominated him. He's always gets the upper hand on everybody. Some will give him a little bit more trouble than others, but at the end of the day, it's his. You know, and hey, but that's it. The new era comes now. He's a coach, and he's a businessman and a coach. And let's see what he does with Team Eagle. You know, I'm sure they're going to go high.
Let me ask you this thing. I mean, you never expected to be training a fighter from Dagestan who became a world champion. I mean, if somebody told you this, if you met like a fortune teller, somewhere down the road 30 years ago, they go, you're going to meet a kid from Dagestan and you're going to be all over the Middle East and you're going to be, you know, world champion time. You get the hiccups there.
Well, the world champion part that wouldn't have shocked me.
Because you planned on training them.
Yeah, because to me, meeting somebody from the Middle East, meeting somebody making a champion, that's not. I would say, okay. The part that would have got me is the part when they said you would have been traveling. I would have said, hell no, you're crazy. I ain't going because I didn't want to come here. Everybody knows I didn't want to come. I did not want to come. I want to stay home. And I'm here. I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad my wife pushed me to come because I'd be like, I don't want to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, that part I would have never believed that I would be traveling this much. No way. I said, no, you're crazy. I mean, but the building champions, I've done it already. So I already know, and I believe in my mind I can do it again and again and again. As long as I still have the love for the sport that I have, I believe I can redo it again. It's not going to be overnight. It takes a while, but I know how to do it, and I know how to spot the people that can do it. That doesn't mean that anybody comes to you is going to be one. No, hell no. Anybody can say, I'm going to be your next champion. Yeah, okay. But your ability and your luck and your limited here, not as far as intelligence, but as far as acceptance of what is being thrown at you is going to hamper you from doing that. So there's a lot. Ability is not the number one thing that makes you a champion, but it's definitely the best start. The physical ability, the agility to do things, that is definitely a huge part. But if you don't have the mental to back it, no good. That's why my champions have come number one here, but they definitely have ability. If you don't have the ability, don't matter what you have here.
I think that you'll be seeing people from all over the world trying to come train with you in the future in California or
no, I already
Vegas.
had that. I've been
no, but I think we'll see more after this. We'll see more and more.
Yeah,
an uptick.
That I believe, but I've been having that for 15 years or longer. So that's I get emails all the time. Right now because of COVID, no, but I've been having that. Like, you haven't been around that much, but we get so many letters, invitation letters. We get, okay, send invitation. So no, that's no big deal. We've been doing that forever. That is a mess.
So the next one is Islam. You think Islam will ever come train at AKA or, again, like that, him and Umar, they'll come through it like part of the Khabib.
Yeah.
The part of that group that always with Khabib, like a Tahir and them, the whole group.
Well, I'm still considered the head coach. If you're the head coach, you're the head coach. So, obviously if they can come train with me, they're going to come train with me. If I can come train with them, I'm going to come train with them. So, yeah. No, I mean, expect me to be in Islam's corner. Expect me to be in Umar's corner. Expect me to be in Usman's corner. Expect me to be in all my guys' corners when I'm available. Yeah. We're family. We're a team. We're family. And expect me to coach with Khabib. You expect Khabib to be coaching with me. He's already done it. It's not like this will be the first time he and I coached together. No, he's the coach with me already. But now he's going to do it full time. So we'll see what him and I can bring, but I believe he's going to be a great coach.
Were you guys both around the same age when he finished and you finished as a champion?
No. I finished. I retired at 35. He retired 3 years younger than I was at 35. He was 32. So
close enough. I mean, yeah. I was just wondering what the parallels were.
Well, there's a big difference in money too.
Right. There's a huge difference. Well, Hav, it's been awesome. Difference. It's been awesome having you on the podcast, and it's like I miss talking to you too, because hanging out with you every day, having lunch and dinner with you every day, we get into our routine, and then we're looking for what are we looking for next, and it was a hell of an experience, man. I can't say how grateful I am to you and Omar and the Prince and everybody there. It's just
they liked you. So get that documentary put together.
I will. That's my mission.
You got your podcast fixed. Get the Nas documentary and send it to Omar. And
I will.
And then hopefully they'll tell us what to do next. All right?
Subscribe, everybody. I don't know when the next video is going to come out. Just subscribe anyways.
Well, we're still going to send you videos and funny things, this and that here and there. So
of course.
we'll still like looking at the YouTube. So